Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eliza. You'll know me from the Daily Run with Za over on Instagram. So go give me a follow there. I post daily videos of my 19-year run streak, running every single day for the past 19 years. So I just take that time out for myself every day to run through all sorts of weather, whatever life conditions present itself. I'm getting in at least the 1 mile every day. So today we are talking about T in my Z to A guide to a daily run, T treadmill from the Commitment Journal. I have linked in the description box below. And, treadmill, people often ask me, is it okay to run on the treadmill? Does that count? So according to the Streak Runners International, you can go to the website runeveryday.com. That's like the main page, this association of what exactly is a run streak, and everybody that has a run streak is listed there. It's an international registry of run streakers. So according to them, a treadmill does count. It's perfectly fine. And in my experience with the treadmill, definitely it's not the same as running outside. So obviously very true. Like, you're using a machine, you're not really going anywhere, you're not experiencing the elements, you're not getting fresh air, you're not, going outside, So, like whether it's a treadmill in the gym or a treadmill in your house, still it's obviously a different experience. But in my podcast, I do talk to many streakers that do heavily rely on the treadmill for the run. And that is very easy not easy, but it's very dependable if you have young kids, if you have, a difficult schedule as far as, just the convenience, I guess, of it. And if you do have like a treadmill in your house, I don't think it's convenient at all to be driving 20 minutes to the gym, use the treadmill, and 20 minutes back. You might as well take that 20 minutes, dress warmly or whatever, do your run, anyway. So I understand the reason for the treadmill. And, very few of my runs early on were on the treadmill. So it wasn't until 2009 where I just decided to give it up for good. I just felt, and this isn't just my personal belief, I just felt like it was cheating in some ways because it was just too convenient and too easy to go on the treadmill and get in my run. So 2009, I was recovering from an IT band injury, and it was easier to run on the treadmill because it was during like February, and I was training for the Boston Marathon in April. And the treadmill allowed, like my muscles were warmer. I didn't have to worry about slipping on the ice. I had to run through all these runs being injured. And so the majority of my runs probably for a good 2 months were on the treadmill. So once I was able to kind of warmed up a bit and I felt more comfortable with my injury being outside, I just said, you know what, I just love running outside too much. I'm not going to ever resort to the treadmill. And I never did. There was one run in Maine when I was living there it was that next winter where it was this huge blizzard, and I ran like 5 miles on the treadmill and then bundled up, went outside and ran 3 in this like huge blizzard. So it's like I was able to get more miles in, through the convenience of being inside on the treadmill, but I still got in, 3 miles outside. So whatever, make up your own rules. I don't know. It's a different experience, and I like to challenge myself with the elements every day and bundle up if I need to, watch out for the ice. It's all part of the run streak experience. But certainly, if you do want to resort to the treadmill, put this as part of your plan. If you're going to do the 100-day run or walk streak, is a treadmill going to be convenient for you? Maybe you 100% use the treadmill because, it definitely still counts if you get in your mile on the treadmill. Just a few tips. Try to put it at 1%. So otherwise, it's slightly down. So 1% kind of keeps it more, similar to running outside. And also, I'd recommend running like 1.1 miles if you're going to be OCD about it, because I've never really is that really a full mile? Like, I've never actually run just 1 mile on the treadmill. My minimum, I guess, has been like 2.5. Like a handful of times, but I would just be cautious, make sure you run more than a mile. So, there's plenty of other, indoor possibilities. If you have an indoor track, if you have a living room big enough, you could run loops. Even if you don't have a living room big enough, if you have a room where you could run tiny circles, that's still an option. So just depends how crazy you want to be, but the treadmill is definitely something to consider if you're starting your own daily run or walk streak. And once again, check out the journal, commitment journal. I have it linked in my description box below. If you have received it, feel free to send me an email. There's contact information at the end. And once again, follow me on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next